True transformation cannot happen without a renewal of the mind. I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired. Mind over matter. If the pain of where you are never exceeds the pain of change, you will always remain the same. Through a renewal of the mind, and it takes a process. True transformation, mind over matter. Change your mind, you change your life. Change your life. You gotta go through it to grow through it. Mind over matter. Be clear.
Welcome back to the Mind Over Matter podcast. We are back again to give you that knowledge on today. What's up? I got with me my man, Coach Lynch.
Yo, what's up, everybody? Your boy's back in the building. What's up, Teller? Talk to the people.
Hey, everybody.
All right, listen. Today we got a good topic. Coach, what's the topic for today?
The topic today is a real good one. Everybody pay attention. Listen, the enemy is always inner me. You hear what I'm saying? The enemy is inner me. It's always going to be you versus you. All right? The biggest battle you will ever fight is you versus you. All right, Ken, real quick, man, tell the people the special guests that we got.
So we've got some special guests on our podcast. As we are growing, we want to bring special people in. So we have some of the two specialist people today.
Specialists.
Specialists.
That's right.
You
The most special.
Say the
Okay, I
most
said it
special in
wrong.
y'all lives.
The
I'm
most-
trying to say.
The most special then. I have my lovely wife, Karen Canion, here today. Say hello to the people.
Hello to the people.
Right on time with that comedian stuff. Funny face.
Coach Lynch, who else
Hey,
we got here?
listen, I got my lovely wife, Wendy. Wendy, say hi to the people.
Hello.
That was
You
cute.
sound so sweet.
That was cute.
You scratch your neck.
I wish it was sweet like that to me. All right, here we go, y'all.
All right, so we're going to get started. The reason why we brought some guests in today, because we do realize Coach Lynch and I were doing a seminar in Charlotte, North Carolina. And he gave Taylor and myself this paper he had printed off. And it was called Never Slow Down. Is that correct?
Never Slow Down.
And it was so profound that we began teaching it to the kids. And now he teaches it at the gym. And we thought, let's do a whole podcast about it.
Yeah, man. I mean, you figure if it's good for the kids and if it's good for the adults at the gym, then it's good for the world. Now we got a bigger platform than we need to, it's each one reach one, each one teach one. So we got to give it to everybody, man. This is good stuff. It's juicy. I think we need to get into this interview and read this interview. So how about, you be the interviewer, I be the interviewee.
Okay.
Right.
And what we want to do is, I'll do that. How about that?
Yeah, let's do that.
I'll do that. I'll start it off.
This is an interview. You want to tell them who it's with?
Well, that's what I was just going to say. I was going to tell them who was with it. Do you want them
Yeah,
to
you
try
know
to
what?
think
No,
about
let's
it?
go ahead and tell them who it's with.
Okay.
Yeah, this is an interview with Will Smith. All right, so we want to give you a glimpse into Will Smith's mindset, and just to tell you how successful he is. This stuff right here is just going to explain it all. All right, so we need you to pay attention. I'm gonna be Will Smith. Minus the, $20 million a movie, you hear me? I'm on my way though.
Didn't say hell on this way.
You already know.
All right, so we'll start it off, okay? Has your success surprised you?
For a long time now, I've been beyond anything that I ever dreamed. I just put my head down and I run hard. And I almost always surprised when I look up and see where I am.
So getting to where you are is all just about running hard?
Now, most people you're going to be in competition with are not going to give 100%. If you catch a bad day, you're going to run up against somebody willing to do 87%. You're still going to win. If you happen to run up against Michael Jordan, you're going to be better for losing. The key to life is on the treadmill. I'll just watch and learn while your chest burns. Because if you say you're going to run 3 miles and you only run 2, I don't ever have to worry about losing somebody like you. When I say I'm going to run 3 miles, I run 5. With that mentality, it's actually difficult to lose.
Talent you have naturally. Skill is only developed by hours and hours and hours of beating on your craft. I've never really viewed myself as particularly talented. Where I excel is ridiculous, sickening work ethic. While the other guy's sleeping, I'm working. While the other guy's eating, I'm working.
Do you get tired of pushing?
Not yet. There's no pain worse than not achieving a dream when it's your fault. If God didn't want you to have it, that's one thing. But if you don't get what you desire because you're lazy, there's no pain worse than that.
Have you always been a runner?
I started about 5 years ago. Running introduces you to your worst enemy, to the person who tells you, oh, our ankles hurt and we should stop. Why do we need to run 5 miles? Let's run 3. That's the same person who says to the man, hey, your wife will never find out if you sleep with her. And the same person who tells a 16-year-old, you're not going to be cool if you don't smoke it. If you start giving in to that person, you'll never get to your goals.
Are you the most driven person you've ever met?
Nah, that's Michael Jordan.
All right, so that's the end of the story. Now, here's what I want to ask you, our newbies. Wendy, Karen, what did you take? What was your takeaway from that? What stood out to you most about what you heard? Either one of y'all can start.
Honestly, I read that prior, and the first time I read it, I really thought he was talking about running. But he's talking about your drive in life, what pushes you. I mean, so that's what I got from that. You know,
okay.
If I'm going to be the best comedian, I can't, I've got to stay up at night and write. So it's about pushing yourself beyond yourself. That's what I got.
Good.
That's good. That's real good.
I'm
real
so
good.
deep, I can't stay up.
Wendy, what say you, Wendy?
I really wish you'd have asked me first because I feel like I'm taking Karen's answer. The only thing that I could think was that he's just so driven and just so focused, and it kind of made me just think about some of the things that I need to change and just become more focused on whatever it is that God has for me.
Taylor, what'd you get out of that?
I got that sometimes when you think you're pushing as hard as you can, you're not there yet. After reading this, that's how I feel. I feel like I'm nowhere close to. I think I push myself, but I think I should push myself a lot more than I do because there's no way I could grow without it.
Coach, you and I have been down this road. We've discussed this.
Yes.
So what say you?
Well, Ken, it seems like every time I hear this interview or look at the video or anything like that, I take something a little bit different. Man, a lot of it is validation to the way I live my life. And I was finally glad that somebody was speaking for me. You know what I'm saying? So it was touching me so much. It was just giving me them chills and them goosebumps. Yes, he's telling my story. He talking about oh man, I need my wife to hear this. You know what I'm saying? So I immediately shared the video with her. I'm like, yo, boo, listen to this joint because we got to build on this. He just explaining everything, why I do how I do it. So, but one of the things that I talked to the group today about, I really talked about how he said that, on a bad day, you're going to run up against somebody willing to do 87%. And that's the most that somebody else is going to give you, so what I told the group today was I said, if I'm always giving 100, right? If I'm always doing 110 or 120, that it doesn't matter who I'm going to go up against, I'm going to win. Because, I told the group today, I said, where I'm from, where I went to school at, 87 was only 2 points over a C. You understand what I'm saying? So I said, I'm not a B quality person. I'm not 2 points over. I'm not a C plus, a low B minus that ain't me. I'm an A1 type of dude. That means I need to be doing 93% and better all the time. And if I do 93 and above, because where I'm from, when I went to school, 93 to 100 was an A. So that means if I'm 93 to 100 at all times, then guess what? I'm beating 87 by a landslide. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. So I got to be operating on 100. I got to be operating on 110, 120. And that's the way I get up. That's the way I do my thing, Ken. You know what I mean? Real quick, I go ahead. I'm going to let you go in there because I can ramble all day long about this stuff.
Go ahead. I'm about to give you an offering.
Go ahead.
Because you preaching.
You know where my hat at. I'm about to pass it around the table. I got extra people here today, too.
Extra
I'm hungry, too. Extra, yeah. Big coins, baby. I got to eat.
I can't make it rain, but I can make it sleep.
You know what though? When you first came to me with this, when we first read it to the kids, the first thing that stood out to me was when he said, running introduces you to your worst enemy.
Yeah, that's good.
It's the one that tells you your ankles hurt. Yeah. It's the one that tells you you can sleep with her and nobody knows. Yeah. And every single one of us has that person that talks to us. It's the enemy.
Oh yeah, without question. That's inner me. That's right. That's right. So one thing that I know you gravitate towards, because when I say it, you like to snicker. You be like, yeah, he talking that talk. But I always say I'm running from the fat man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like everybody knows, if you don't know out there and you're just now tuning in and you don't know me, you might be affiliated with the podcast through Taylor or affiliated with the podcast through Ken. Like I've lost 85 pounds. So, my weight loss journey is real. But I always tell everybody that I'm running from the fat man. And what they don't understand is what I told the group yesterday. When I talked to the group, I told the group that, see, the difference between me and y'all is I know he there. You hear what I'm saying? I know he there. When they acting like that ain't another person. That ain't somebody inside of them, like trying to knock them down that they giving into. Right. So they continue to give into this person when I know that that's my fight. Right. I know that that's my battle right there. And I know that, all I got to do is punch him in the mouth one good time. I punch him in the mouth one good time. It's going to be harder for him to put his hands up against me again. It's going to be harder for him to stand up and try to fight me again. And guess what? He ain't gonna get the best of me. I've been fighting that dude for a minute, man. I'm running from the fat man every day. I still got my license from like 2003, but like I had a big fat face in the profile picture. It took up the whole square. I still got that joint. It took up the whole square on the profile picture. I mean, my face was so
now
big.
You got like a little bitty head, right?
Yeah,
like
but it ain't as small as yours.
I was just about to say that.
Y'all, listen. I put my body, shout out to Ken for losing weight again, man. Listen, man, I put my whole bicep. I got like a 22-inch bicep. I put it next to his head the other day. I had Teller zoom the camera in. I was like, my bicep bigger than his head. This dude losing weight in his head. But shout out to Ken, man. But Ken, what I want to say about that license, man, is that not only does that license motivate me to understand that fat man is inner me, who tries to come out and he get, some days he win. Right. Yeah. Some days he win, but more often than not, I'm knocking him out. Right. You got to understand that. So I know that I'm up on him. I'm up 10-1 on him. He ain't up 10-1 on me. You understand what I'm saying?
Right. No, that's good.
And one thing about my license, look, sometimes, when I'm sitting in a consultation or I got somebody across from me and they fighting the battle with that inner me, I whip that license out on them. You hear me?
I've been there.
Yeah.
I walk this walk.
That's what I'm saying. That's look, I whip that joint out and I put it in front of them and I let them know. Listen, look, this is what I want y'all to know. Look. People don't care how much you know till they know how much you care. And I show these people right now that, I've been where you're at.
Yeah. That's good.
I've been fighting that same fight that you're fighting right now. But go ahead. I know you want to talk because I go into a whole nother sermon. Y'all going to have to
that's right. That's right, Bishop. We good today. Yeah. But listen, what I want to do is, y'all, here's what we want to do. Everybody out there is fighting the enemy. Okay? Some enemy. Mm-hmm. Everybody at this table. So what we want to do is give them 3 ways that they can come out and fight and win.
Yeah, but I just gave him the first point.
And you did.
And what I said was, you gotta be aware that enemy is inner you. Right. That is there. And I told the group that, the difference between me and you is I know that he in there.
Right.
You understand? Awareness. All right?
But you know what though? In that awareness, y'all, we have to acknowledge it.
Yes.
Because a lot of times, I think Dr. Fields said it best. He said, you can't change what you don't acknowledge.
That's right.
And so what I ask everybody here is, since we on this podcast, we want to be transparent. What's the enemy in either one of y'all that causes you not to grow to your higher self, that you say, I gotta acknowledge that person, I'm aware that they're there and I have to fight them? What would you say, Ned?
I would say complacency.
So give me more than that. When you on here now, you got to talk.
I just thought we was on the one word thing. I get content in where I am, and it stunts my growth.
That's good.
That's pretty much.
So you are aware of that. So we're going to get into the other part later.
Okay.
But just the fact that you said that. Wendy, what about you?
I would say procrastination. Procrastination is the thief of time. And a lot of times we think we have so much more time to complete tasks or whatever. So that is my
You sound like your husband. Give me some on that. When she talk about procrastination is the thief of time. Say that one more time, but say it cute like it. Go ahead.
Procrastination is the thief of time.
I didn't say it all ghetto.
She said
know what they
Chris
got.
dog. So Taylor, what would you say?
I would have to say it's almost like complacency, but laziness too. Because we were joking about it earlier. I come from privilege, so
you do.
So
yeah, I mean,
back,
listen, you want to keep saying you don't, but if they go back to one of them other podcasts, she talking about the cleaning lady ain't come. The cleaning lady. That sound like privilege to me, lady.
All right, I come from privilege, because I come from privilege, and I'm blessed to come from privilege, it's a matter of me understanding and actually telling myself all the time that, this money ain't yours.
That's good.
This money is not yours. Like, it's not like I'm not working for it. I'm not nothing. So I have no entitlement to it. So it's me actually making my own and creating my own way so that I can have my millions and not be busting my butt. Like, I watch my parents, they 56 years old, busting their butt every day to go to work to provide for me and my brother.
That's good work. I mean, that's good stuff.
That's good stuff.
Since the first step was acknowledge awareness. We got to have awareness of that the enemy is inside of us. It's not anybody outside of us. So the second thing, though, Coach, what second thing is?
Well, we've been talking about the second thing being commitment.
Commitment to making decisions. Think about this. Once you know, you have to commit yourself to making a decision that lifts you up to your higher self. Because here's the thing. When we know something, there are a lot of people who know I'm on drugs, I need to get off these drugs. But what do? They never make a decision to get off the drugs. They never make a decision to go to the drug rehabilitation place. They never make the decision to reach out to their partner for help. Because the thing about fighting the enemy is saying that I'm committing to making a decision that is going to do something to help me to be better next time. Because the enemy ain't going nowhere. He's inside of us. So, Coach, when we were talking about every morning that I get up, every morning that I get up, it's not that I want to get up every morning. Some mornings I don't want to get up. But I commit to the decisions that this decision today, I make good decisions one at a time. What happens is we look at our decisions in our life in its entirety, but if we make good decisions one at a time, those decisions add up over time. And so when every morning when 5 o'clock hits and I don't want to get up and I hadn't had enough sleep that night because my wife kept me up watching some reality show, you know what I say? Baby, you know what I say? I make a decision. I'm committed to this decision-making process that this decision is going to make me better. So I got to get up. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. I'm like, yeah.
Well, I think the word decision and where it's derived from best explains it, by itself. It's derived from a Latin word and literally means to cut off.
Wow.
Right. So
that's good.
Right. When you make a decision, you cut things off. All right. You think of decision, right? Cut, day, off, decision. So when you make a decision, you have to cut stuff off. And one thing that he said when watching the video, and we'll probably post this link so you can actually watch this video. It's like a compilation of a few of his speeches that are all along the same lines. One thing he said, he was like, it's a redemptive power that making a choice or a decision has. It's just,
he did say that.
He did say that, man.
Redemptive power, that's deep in and of itself.
Oh, yeah.
Meaning there's a redeeming quality
in
me doing something that's going to help me.
Right. And making a choice.
Wow.
And making a choice to actually do it. But see, a lot of times with procrastination and laziness and something like that, you never get a chance to get that power from making the choice because you won't make the choice from procrastination or being lazy. So, to your points and the enemy that's in you, like, you got to understand that when the moment you make the choice, the universe will conspire to assist you. So he even said something about, like, the universe is like water. It wants to get out your way. You understand what I'm saying? It's like flowing. Like Bruce Lee even used the analogy of water, like flow like water and stuff like that. The stuff get deep. When you start to study great people, you see the great qualities that are amongst these people, and you get to see, like, really, like, how the commitment, the discipline, the action, and these things are just to give them a quick synopsis of where these 3 points came from. These 3 points, because we didn't get to the third one yet, but they come from positive self-development. So that's what. I ain't getting to the third one real quick, but let's go ahead, Clint.
But before I get into the third one,
Go ahead.
I want to ask everybody, what decision can we make that we commit to that can take us further away from the enemy that's inside of us? You say it's complacency. What could you do? One decision that you could commit to?
Going back to the interview, start running. Just start doing.
Give me a practical. Give me some practical. Not theoretical. Not abstract.
I mean, that is.
Well, what does running represent, though? Is that more writing every night? Is there more writing one night?
Well, you know what? It's not just writing for me. It's a lot of different things. I think I need to break it down into little segments. I need to be more committed with my weight loss journey. I need to be more committed to acting. I need to be more committed to writing. I'm writing a book. I need to be more committed with that. So it's a lot of. I can't just say.
So let's sum it up like this. Let's say running towards your goals.
Okay.
So we have to have the goal, and then we have to run towards it, because he was talking about the treadmill, but it was metaphorically speaking, where you could take it a few different ways. Like if you ever listen to like a Jay-Z song, either from back in the day till now, he'll say a line that all 3 or 4 of us can take a totally different way and apply it to their life. Like he's so deep with his words, y'all think he's just talking regular, especially young kids right now. But I'm like, yo, he meant this, then he meant it this way, then he said it that way. You can apply it to that. And when I break that down to a young kid, they like, oh, he's not just rapping. Like, you understand what I'm saying? So Will Smith wasn't just talking about the treadmill, but he was talking about the treadmill. Because I tell people all the time, like, how you do anything is how you do everything. And I tell people, yo, I watch you for 29 seconds and I know exactly who you are. He just said the same thing that I said, but he was talking about the treadmill. Like when your chest start beating you on a treadmill and I watch you and you stop and you said you was going to do this, I never worry about you beating me no more. I watched you for 29 seconds. When you walk through the door, I already know you. Straight up. Wow. That's why you see me start to handle when you see me talking to people like any which way and stuff like that. You be like, damn, what this dude? Why ain't he talking to? And my wife be like, man, I think I'm gonna have to fight her. He keep talking crazy. But I know, look,
she will fight. Hey, just so you know, she will fight.
No,
she acting all nice.
But I knew who that person was, and I knew what language they spoke, so I automatically started speaking their language. You understand what I'm saying? So soon as I know you, I got you, I got your number. I'm about to call you out, and I'm about to push your buttons. I'm gonna make you run.
That's good.
He will push a button.
That's good.
Multiple times.
Boy, this is good. This is good stuff.
So being as though I said, that's going to lead us into our next joint. Being as though that I said running towards your goals, we need to talk about the last point, which is action.
Taking action.
Right.
Taking action. And taking action is so powerful. Both you, Lynch, and I are reading a book right now. It's called The 5-Second Rule by Mel Robbins. And her whole premise is that you take actions. What she says something, a lot of stuff in that book that's powerful. Okay. But she says,
don't go into the whole thing. That's a whole nother.
I'm not going to. I'm going to one thing.
Thank you.
I'm gonna just say one thing that she said. She said this, that most of the time she said we think that we are thinking beings with feelings, but we're really feeling beings that think.
Right.
Yeah.
And she says because we feel, we don't act. We only act based on how we feel, and that limits us from reaching our goals. Because what happens is many times you don't feel like doing the things that take you to your higher self. Right. Because the truth is, every crazy workout we do in the morning, I don't feel like wanting to do it.
I don't want to do it.
It's the decision that I make. At an instant, I have to make the decision. I'm committed to the decision because I don't feel like it, but we do it anyway. Right. So taking action is really devoid of our emotions.
Without question.
Yeah.
But what we do is we take action based on our emotions.
That's good. That's good.
You know what? And that's what I'm saying today. And my thing is, what I'm saying Will say here is, he said, you know what? I don't care how I feel. He said, I will die on the treadmill.
That's right.
Yeah.
He said, it doesn't matter. In other words, what he's saying, I'm going to take action because it don't matter how I feel.
Right.
It don't matter how I feel.
Right. Well, he also saying that, he's willing to die for what he believes in.
Right.
True. You understand what I'm saying? So, like, if I have a goal, right, and that's why I just tied your action to your goal. I tied your running to your goal. If I have a goal and I believe in that goal strong enough, then I'm not going to let procrastination get in my way. I'm not going to let laziness get in my way. Hence me waking up at 3 a.m. in the morning. You understand what I'm saying? Hence me working on my lunch break. Hence me recording a podcast on my lunch break. Hence me ironing the green screen cloth while, we're getting this stuff together for this. You understand what I'm saying? While everybody else is eating, while everybody else is sleeping, while everybody else is doing all the things that they like to do to take a break, man, I'm not breaking, man. I'm running towards my dream, and this is what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? Like I said I was going to do this, that, and the third today, but I actually made it to the fourth. You feel what I'm saying?
Yes.
So yeah. So you got to understand, like running literally and running, figuratively, it goes both ways. And that's what we need to do. We need to get on the task at hand and be willing to die for that task. So, like the gym gotta work for me. Motivational speaking gotta work for me. I'm not going to the call center. I ain't going to nobody's factory. I ain't going to work for nobody. You won't catch me in no, you're not going to catch me in all that. I got one goal. That's it. And I'm running hard to it. And if this right here don't work, guess what? I'm going to die trying straight up. And that's me on the treadmill running for my goal. There's only two things that's going to happen. I'm going to win or I'm going to die trying. Straight up.
Right.
Yeah.
So Taylor, what say you? You've been quiet. I want to hear from your perspective as a young person, the youngest person sitting at this table. What say you about taking action? Because you've taken action that a lot of people your age wouldn't do. You've joined us in this young company that we're building. We're building this conglomerate, but you had to see something, and you're taking action that a lot of people wouldn't do. So tell us why.
Honestly, because what we're doing as a team, results or school results, both, everything that we do, even at AWOL, it all goes back to. It's funny, it's something I wrote in my college essay to get into school, was just how my whole life I want to be able to change people's lives. I want to educate the uneducated. I want to shine light on the imperfections of the world. Like that's always been my goal. So just meeting y'all and setting that goal in 12th grade and now already graduated from college, like, do you see how just meeting y'all, how I attracted it first, but then how also, like, I already knew when it came across my path, I was like, whew, God, this is it. There's no other choice for me, for real. Like, I got some reporter jobs, but they were far in little hick towns. I didn't want to go, to be real. I'm from the DC metro area, so I wasn't down to stay anywhere in North Carolina.
But what if you get a job in DC being a reporter?
I still wouldn't go.
Okay.
It's too expensive. I would have to live at home. That's comfort. That's a lot of comfort.
Okay. Because you got the maid. Yeah, you got the maid coming through.
Shut up.
But you just said something. You just said something about why you doing it.
Right, but being a reporter, like, that's still educating the uneducated. When you're reporting things, you're reporting truths. So even with that, like, I still could see that as possibly me doing something with it, but I just want to own the news industry because of how it's going, not do it like that. But it just goes back to what I'm doing now. What I'm doing now is helping us launch results so that we're able to touch so many people's lives across this country, across the world. Once it's on the internet, we're worldwide.
Worldwide, yeah.
That's worldwide.
That's good. Well, here's what we want to do. I want to wrap it up, but I want to wrap it up like this. Anybody got any parting thoughts for the people that are listening to this, based on what we've done today? Any parting thoughts? Wendy, what would you say to them, somebody listening with the enemy inside of them? What advice would you give them, or what would you say in part?
I would say that, there's no easy way around it, and no matter how talented you are, your talent is going to fail if you're not skilled at it.
Okay, but that's good though, because skill and talent are different.
Yeah,
right.
And I'm glad you brought that point out though, newbie. I'm glad you brought that point out.
That was good.
All right, so talent is something that God gives us. All of us have talents, right? But a skill is something you cultivate. Yeah. From hours and hours of working your craft, right. Hours and hours of digging when ain't nobody looking, hours and hours of going to the gym. All you see is me in this slim fit suit, but you don't see what I had to endure to get this.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Yeah. I mean, you know, Kobe Bryant used to shoot in the gym before they get up. What was that coach you told me how many shots he used to shoot before everybody got there?
Oh,
and then stay after?
He had to make 500 shots before he even left. When after practice was over, he didn't have to shoot 500 shots. He had to make 500 shots.
Wow.
Yeah.
So he had to shoot. He was shooting 50%. That's 1,000
shots. Yeah, that's still 1,000 shots. So that's hours and hours of just beating on your craft, man. You know, and that's one thing that is going to, you know, tell or make you different from everybody else, because now that, you know, you're not working for somebody where they're telling you, you know, what to do. You actually have to play with this stuff. You have to do every aspect of it and make it right. So, you know, like it takes your skill set and raises it all the way to another level. You came in with a certain level of talent, but then now your skill set just goes up and up. And like, you really make it hard for us to hire somebody else, because we're expecting them to come in and be able to do stuff like that you do. And then when they give us a video, I'm like, trash.
Yeah, he does do that.
But y'all don't know, back to skill, that took hours and hours and hours. Like, even like last night, I had to wake up in the middle of the night at 2 a.m. because I knew we needed the school and the corporate videos, right? But I know that I messed up on them and they still aren't right. So I knew I had to wake up this morning.
Oh yeah, well, I ain't like them.
well, that's not actually surprising.
Yeah. I don't even let y'all see the ugly joint.
Karen, I call her Net. You might hear that's my wife. I'm Ken. I call her Karen, but her nickname is Net, so I'm gonna call you Net, baby. What would you like to leave the people?
Just basically what you guys said. You know, you have to first realize that what your, I guess, deficiency is. Is that good?
What your enemy is.
What your enemy is.
Right.
You have to realize what your enemy is. Take action.
And make the decision. Commit the decision.
Yeah, I mean, you know, and that this has been like really, I've really been listening. This has been good for me. You know, I might be a permanent fixture at the table.
And this is the same person, y'all, who hates when I listen to motivational stuff when we drive. This is the same person. I have to tell this.
Because, you know why? Because most of the people that you listen to, they're so today we are going to ride.
There's no stimulation.
That's what I love about it.
Okay, here's what I don't know if you listened to the last podcast, and it was haters are necessary, right? But there was one point that I told everybody: don't miss the message because of the messenger. Sure. All right? Yes. Listen, don't miss the message because of the messenger. There's points that are trying to get across, and this is the reason why we're at the heights that we are now, like, because he listened to all them, what you call dumb motivational books or whatever. Like, he has utilized those tools that they gave him from the monotone speaking dude that he had to drudge his way through, and he took it and he took that message and said, all right, this is a tool that I need, and he made it work. You understand what I'm saying?
I just have one last thing to say about that part of it. She used to say to me, why are you spending money? When I used to work as security guard, I didn't have a business. I didn't do it. I just knew I wanted to do something, but I just had to get a job. And she said, why do you spend your money? Because I wasn't making much money on all these books and tapes. All these books and tapes. But when I bought her that ring right there she got on her finger, when I bought her that ring, I was like, what happened to the books and tapes? You remember the books and tapes? But no.
Now I give you something on the books and tapes.
That's good. Coach, you want to leave them with something?
Of course. You know, I'm never short on words.
I will. I know.
Do you want to leave with something? All right. You know, what I want to leave them with is something that they all need to know and they all need to be aware of. All right. If we're talking about positive self-development, I want people to rise to the state of greatness. All right, you know, I want people to know that greatness exists in us all, you know, and, you know, it's something you attract or something you achieve by becoming. All right, you have to actually know that you are great first. You have to believe that you are great. And for my 37th birthday, my cake actually said the great one. So it was a philosophy book, and on the front it said the great one. I walk around telling myself that I'm the great one. I tell everybody, yo, the great one is here today.
And I'm the wife of the great one.
That's right.
That's right.
That's a title. I mean, we know that, so we say that to each other.
That's
so
good.
like
That's
we
good
truly,
stuff.
believe that stuff. So if you know that greatness, exists in you, and you don't believe it's some like esoteric, spiritual thing that only happens to one person, this that you gotta understand that that just like the title of the thing is the enemy is in me. It always say the greater is he that is in me.
That's good.
You understand what I'm saying? So if you can look at the word and know the verse that says greater is he that is within me, right? Then why you can't believe that? Right? And then why you can't run towards greatness? Huh? Why you can't act on greatness? Huh? You ain't gonna be great procrastinating. You ain't gonna be great being lazy. You gotta be aware that you great. You gotta acknowledge that you great. Then you gotta be committed to being great. And then you gotta take the action to become great. You understand what I'm saying? That is positive self-development at its finest, man. And they need to take that greatness is within us all. And we watched this man, Will Smith. We watched him rise from the streets of West Philadelphia, right? Then he became a Grammy Award-winning rapper, right? With his own style. He wasn't running with everybody else's style. After he won the Grammy, he became an actor, right? But with a sitcom, he was just kind of like clownish on the joint, right? But then he was rising to greatness the whole time, right? And now he makes $20, $30 million a movie, just the ones that he acts in, right? But what about the ones that he executives produce and things like that? You know what I'm saying? And now he's homeschooling his kids and making them become great and just exuding them great qualities into the children and the people around them. And you can see why they're all successful, man. And that's the way we gotta be. And that's the way we are. And that's why people come in contact. That's why we're infectious. You know what I'm saying? People come in contact. Oh, my God, we love y'all. You know what I mean? They calling us, yo, can we book you for this? Yo, can you be the keynote speakers? Right?
That's true.
Right? We got to call we did a gig real quick. Before we go, we did a gig, man. And it was kind of like an audition. And they had all their speakers lined up. They called us the next day and we said, we want you to be the keynote speakers for this event. And I'm like, dang, they had to bump somebody or change some things around for little old us. Huh? Man, we on our way to greatness, man.
We're on our way to greatness.
Word.
All right, y'all. There's nothing else that needs to be said.
I wish I had some change.
Can't re-preach that one.
Hey, y'all need to
that was good stuff, dog. That was good stuff. Listen, anybody listening, we want you to share this with your friends. Listen to it on YouTube. Help us share and subscribe to our YouTube channel. We're trying to, and with anybody who needs motivation, inspiration, or even manipulation.
Everybody needs motivation.
Whatever.
Everybody.
We just trying to touch the world, y'all. So we appreciate it. Until the next one, as Lynch say, right now, give them your last joint.
Hey, if you don't mind, it don't really matter. Yeah. It don't matter. We'll see y'all in the next one.
The only thing that I see that is distinctly different about me is I'm not afraid to die on a treadmill. You might have more talent than me, you might be smarter than me, but if we get on the treadmill together, right, there's two things. You're getting off first, or I'm going to die. It's really that simple.
Mind over matter. Change your mind, you change your life. Change your life. You got to go through it to grow through it. Mind over matter. Be clear.